Have you ever looked into a woman's eyes and felt like you said all the right things, but none of them truly reached her? She smiled, politely. She nodded, appreciatively. But the spark? The raw, magnetic energy that makes her lean in, eyes wide, mind racing, it never happened. That's because what you said, she's heard it 1,000 times before. You're beautiful. I love your smile. Wow, you look amazing. Sweet, polite, predictable, and forgettable. But what if I told you? There's another way? A darker, subtler, more forbidden way to speak to her. Not to her ego, not to her appearance, but to the hidden parts of her she guards from everyone else? These aren't compliments. They're keys. Keys that unlock desire, fascination, even obsession, if you say them the right way. Let's begin. 1. There's something about you I can't quite figure out. This isn't a line. It's a trigger. It doesn't praise her looks. It doesn't flatter her achievements. It does something far more powerful. It unsettles her in the best way possible. Because now, you're not looking at her the way most men do, as someone who can be easily summed up. You're presenting her as a mystery, and every woman wants to be a beautiful mystery. This phrase taps into what psychologists call the Zygarnik effect. The human mind remembers unfinished things more than complete ones. By telling her you can't figure her out, you've created an emotional cliffhanger. She'll subconsciously want to close the loop by staying in your orbit. Say it slowly, with real intrigue. Let it feel like a confession, not a performance. And then say nothing else. Let the silence do the seduction. You make people feel safe around you. Forget beauty, forget charisma. This goes deeper. Safety, warmth, presence. These are the forces that shape how people experience others emotionally. When you tell a woman that she makes people feel safe, you're not admiring her, you're validating her essence. And most importantly, you're showing that you see her. Because in a world where women are often noticed for how they look, what they wear, or how they perform, almost no one tells them, I feel at ease when you're near. People feel better just being around you. You're touching her identity. You're affirming her as a source of comfort and peace. And believe me, that leaves a mark. Example? David met Emily at a casual gathering. While others flirted and showed off, he simply leaned in and said, you know, you have this calm energy. You make people feel safe. Her response? Silence. Then, that's the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me. It wasn't loud, it wasn't flashy, but it made her feel seen, and she never forgot it. Passion 3. I feel like there's a lot more to you than you show. Let's go deeper into her core. Most people wear masks, fragments of their true selves shaped by past hurt, expectations, or survival. And women? Often more than anyone else. But when you say this line, you're not just observing her, you're inviting her to step forward, drop the mask, and show you who she really is. It's one of the most disarming, intimate things you can say. Why? Because it doesn't focus on her appearance or even her actions. It speaks to potential, to the emotional and psychological layers she keeps hidden and desperately wants someone to see. Delivered correctly, this line makes her feel profoundly recognized, not for what she gives the world, but for who she is when no one's watching. Use it only when the moment is quiet, private, when the energy feels still, and then let your voice soften. I don't know what it is, but I feel like there's a lot more to you than you let the world see. That's when you'll see it. The shift in her eyes, a flicker of vulnerability, and then if she trusts you enough, the unveiling begins. 4. You have a way of making everything feel right. This one? It's magic. It's the compliment that recognizes not just her impact, but her alignment, her ability to bring order into chaos, light into shadows, warmth into cold. You're telling her, when you walk into a room, things feel better, calmer, clearer, like the pieces fall into place. This is how you elevate her from someone attractive to someone irreplaceable. Psychologically, it taps into the need for significance. Not you're pretty or you're fun, but you matter. Your energy changes the environment. That's power. Use it when she does something thoughtful, intuitive, or kind, even if it's small. Say, you probably don't realize this, but you have a way of making everything feel right. It's a whisper of admiration, a nod to her grace, and it will stay with her. 5. You're the kind of woman I'd want to build something meaningful with. This one's heavy and rare because it's not just a compliment, it's vision. It shows her that you're not here to play, that you see her not just as someone to enjoy in the moment, but someone with the depth, strength, and soul to shape a future with. It tells her, you're more than a spark, you're the foundation. When Ben said this to Rachel during a quiet dinner, her entire demeanor changed. She went still, her breathing slowed. She looked at him like no one ever had, because no one had ever spoken to her potential that way. Use this when the connection feels strong, when she's opened up, when you've seen enough to know she's different. Look her in the eye. Let it be serious. Let her feel the weight of it. You're the kind of woman I'd want to build something meaningful with. That line doesn't flatter. It elevates. It separates you from the countless men who only notice the surface. It shows you recognize her value long term. And that's unforgettable. These compliments aren't tricks. They aren't cheesy lines. They are tools of connection when used with truth, presence, and integrity. But be warned, you must mean them. They only work when they're real, when you feel them, when your energy aligns with your words. Because a lie wrapped in poetry is still a lie, and she'll know. But if you speak from a place of stillness, of genuine presence, of authentic observation, you won't just be remembered, you'll be craved. And here's something to leave you with. In a world drowning in noise, where attention spans flicker and connections fade fast, being the man who sees, not just looks, is your greatest power. Don't memorize lines. Understand the essence. Don't flatter to win. Speak to awaken. The right compliment at the right time, spoken from the right place, can shift a relationship, deepen a connection, even change a life. So next time you're sitting across from her, don't reach for the obvious. Say what others won't. See what others don't, and watch what happens. Because sometimes the most dangerous thing you can say is the one thing she's always needed to hear.